Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now in today's episode we're going to be revisiting this bootleg copy of Microsoft Office Professional 2010. If you missed this video you can go check it out up in the cards, but basically I had a viewer actually send me a bootleg copy of Microsoft Office 2010. How do we know it's a bootleg copy? Well, because there's all sorts of spelling and grammar mistakes on the packaging, and I go into more detail on that in the original video. But we also found out, spoiler alert, that the product key that this comes included with is not a valid product key, or at least it doesn't work with the version of Office that is on the disc in here, which actually isn't even Office Professional. It is Office Standard Edition, and yet this is branded as Office Professional. But yeah, that was a pretty fun episode to do, and a lot of you guys actually pointed out that the spelling mistakes could actually be because of OCR, like they had scanned in the legitimate box and then tried to recreate it, but they didn't correct any of the OCR spelling mistakes. And that, I think, is absolutely what's happened, because if you look at all of the spelling mistakes and the weird capitalizations like Windows, OWS being capitalized, I think that that is absolutely what it is. But this video is not about this copy of Office, it's about this copy of Office right here. Now this is supposedly a genuine, legitimate copy of Office Professional 2010. And I originally purchased this with the intention of using it in that original video to compare this box to and kind of show you guys how we can identify that this is a bootleg copy. And we're going to do a bit of that today, but I have reason to believe that this is also a bootleg copy of Office that was sold as a legitimate copy, because there's all sorts of weird stuff going on with this. First off, I purchased this on eBay over a month ago, almost 2 months ago now. Yeah, it has been a while, and it just showed up like a couple of days ago. And I actually opened up a case with eBay and went through this whole process. I looked at the seller's feedback profile. When I initially placed the order, the seller had like, I think 100% feedback, if not in the upper 90s. And when I went to open the case with eBay, his feedback dropped to like the 70s, which is pretty bad for an eBay seller, to be completely honest with you. And that kind of got my brain going, okay, this is weird. I don't remember this being 70%. And sure enough, when I go into his feedback, there's a bunch of negative reviews from people who bought the copy of Office Professional from him, because he had a listing that had multiple quantities available. First of all, pretty much all of them complained about the shipping. They said that the shipping took forever. One person said, and this got me really interested, that the product key didn't work with the copy of Office that was on here. That kind of got me going, okay, this is some fishy stuff going on. There should not be, if this was a legitimate copy of Office, the key should work with it. And this really does. Like, if we open this up here, this looks like a pretty good... if this is a recreation of the original box, this is a much better recreation than this one here. There's a couple of other weird things, okay? First of all, this here. I don't think Microsoft sent out copies of Office in an unbranded box, just a cardboard, a very cheap feeling cardboard box that doesn't have any stickers or anything like that. Usually you're going to have some sort of identifying information on it that tells you like, oh, this is Office 2010 or whatever. It could be that the seller just put it in this box. That is an absolute possibility. It fits it perfectly though, almost as if it was made specifically for this box, right? And this is sealed, by the way. As you can tell, this was branded as or advertised as a brand new genuine copy of Office. And he had like, I think more than 10 of them. What are the chances of somebody having 10 brand new copies of software that's over 10 years old? I don't know, it's certainly possible. And the other kind of odd thing is the fact that some of the shipping label is in Chinese, which is weird because I don't think these were made in China. The packaging might have been, but according to the Bootleg's label up here, it says made in Puerto Rico. And if you look at this one, it says made in USA, though there's no space in between the word made and in, so that's interesting. Now, the return address is not in China, it is a US address, but if it shipped from China to the seller and then from the seller to me, that would make sense why it took 2 months if the seller didn't actually have these physically in his possession. And when I initially placed the order, it took about 12 to 14 days for tracking information to be added, and that's also a big red flag. The packaging looks really legit, and we're going to compare it to the known bootleg copy here. And you can see some things that stand out almost immediately, like the Microsoft logo down here. It is slightly off here. Obviously, the color scheme is off. This is what I was saying over and over again in the original video, and I wish I had the legitimate copy to compare it with. Yeah, you can see here, there's a different color scheme. It's darker here, it's lighter here. If we take a look at the spine here, you can see that, and I actually didn't show this in the last video, but look at that there. Look at how close the Microsoft text is to Office. It's like literally touching the F there. It's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to look like this. This looks much better, and it's also smaller text too. Look at that. And the briefcase here on the bottom isn't even the right size, and on the back there's no weird spelling mistakes. Don't have any of that weird stuff going on. Everything is properly spelled and spaced out. There's not a missing space in between the colon and the B and better like you have over here. Without further ado, let's open this thing up and see if this is a bootleg copy of Microsoft Office 2010 Professional. So we're going to slice it there and peel off the shrink wrap after possibly over 10 years since this was sealed. So there you go. Take it out here. Oh no, this is not right at all. I can already feel this is really cheap packaging. Yeah, this is not... I do not think this is right, guys. This is way, like, even the bootleg one, which I thought that this part was real, that they just used and took from a real box and then just put it in here. Because you've got things like, it's either that or it's a very, very good bootleg. Because if we look at the spine here, it says patent pending right there. You can probably see that. You got a part number up there. Like, this is typically what you would see on a Microsoft package. You've got the recycling symbol there, right? So, like I said, I think this could have come from a legitimate copy, though we're not 100% sure of that. But this one here, you don't have any of that. And if we look on the spine here, you can't see anything through that, right? Let's open it up. And what the? Look at that. Oh, that's bad. Microsoft software, genuine authority, security, stable reputation. Oh, this is absolutely another bootleg. There's no way. This is awful. This would not... Look at the logo. It looks like it has to be stretched out more. That's awful. There's no way this is genuine. Claiming to be Office Professional 2010. Some people were asking me to flip this disc over and take a look at the back. And if you do that, it does have the hologram on this side as well, where if you move it around, it says genuine Microsoft, all of that. Does this one have that? It does. So there you go. It's got the exact same thing there. Yeah, even along the side here, you see you got the part number there, X1803489. So this is a pretty good bootleg. It's certainly much more convincing than this one here that has it printed like twice. You can see it faintly there on the bottom of DVD. There you have it again. So the moment I saw this, I'm like, okay, this is absolutely a bootleg. Microsoft software. Enjoy the genuine comprehensive protection from now on. You can get the following two-step Microsoft technical support. The first step, to register. Before the free or paid technical support, you need to register your product. Please call 800-642-7676, 4257-036397. Yeah, that is another phone number, but it's not properly formatted, so you have the area code and just the rest of it like all together, which is not, it's supposed to be like this 800 number here. So it goes from the phone number, please call this number, the following registration information: product number, contact name, and contact. Okay. Step 2, submit technical problems. You can visit the following URL, submit technical questions online, support.microsoft.com, in a smaller font. That's also kind of fishy. You can also call Microsoft Customer Service Hotline. Contact Microsoft Customer Service representative, working hours Monday to Friday, Washington time, 9 to 18. And then you've got the same, yeah, the exact same number. So yeah, 9 to 18, and then Washington time. That's not typically, they should say Pacific time. That is the proper name of the time zone. I mean, Washington doesn't have its own time zone. It follows the Pacific time zone. Though it is common to, like, if you're flying into Washington, for example, example, and you're meeting someone there, you can say, oh, I'll be there at 12 p.m. Washington time. It is normal to say this, but just it's weird to see it on a official piece of Microsoft documentation here. I don't think they would say Washington time. They would just say Pacific time. Oh boy, what is this? Dear customer, thank you for your support. Genuine software and buy Microsoft Office products. As a commitment to genuine users, we are committed to provide you with quality services and ongoing support. Following is the exclusive interests of genuine Office user. I hope Microsoft product innovation and ongoing updates and support to help you a helping hand. Microsoft services and support. Depending on the software product that you have purchased, you may be able to enjoy some free technical support services. No way! If you want to learn the related content, please visit the support.microsoft.com. Free technical service may be updated at any time, subject to update at any time with the new content of... Okay. Free technical support services is a valid decision by Microsoft Product Support Lifecycle. If you want more information, please refer to the link above again. If you have to buy Microsoft Demand for other products, please visit the Microsoft online website. Computer show, anyone? Support.microsoft.com/contact. There's a space in between the M and the that's not how. Okay. Or contact How many times are they going to list these phone numbers? It's the third time on this thing they say you can call these numbers. Or contact Microsoft Customer Service and Technical Support Center at. Then you got the two numbers again. Microsoft. This is really small font here. Microsoft product updates. The use of genuine Office. You will be eligible for all the latest software updates and feature upgrades. Please log in to update.microsoft.com by automatically update the time to download content to effectively prevent potential hazards, to protect the security of computer systems and maintain up to date. Free online repository Office Online. The genuine Office user. They keep saying the genuine Office user. Log in office.microsoft.com to download many valuable add-on software tools, clipboard and document templates, more application skills, and enhance the user experience of Office. Genuine Office software is your wise choice to bring you the advantages of safe, reliable, and high performance. Couldn't have said it better myself, guys. You got a part number down here or a part no. This stupid software, this cracks me up. Microsoft software, genuine authority, security, stable, reputation. So from what we've seen here, I don't think the product key is legitimate at all, though it is still a sticker on here. But yeah, the only thing left to do, guys, is get our piece of Microsoft software installed. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? Alrighty, guys, here we are on the trusty Dell Latitude D610. Let's pop in this DVD and see what we get ourselves into. Oh boy. Okay, so, okay, Office. See, this looks more legit because the other one just showed up as like a standard disk, and when you opened it, it had a folder with all the files inside of it, which is not how a legit Office disk would be set up. So, okay, we'll go to, oh, it's actually just going to launch the auto run here. Office Professional Plus 2010. Okay. It actually is though Professional Plus and Professional are two separate versions. That's the other interesting thing. I want to say Professional Plus was not sold in retail stores, though. Oh, it's not even asking for a product key. Let's see if this was modified at all, or if this is still digitally signed by Microsoft. That it is. It has a digital signature from Microsoft Corporation, and it was time-stamped Wednesday, March 10th, 2010. That seems about right. I don't know, maybe this is... I want to say there was a version that would ask for a product key when you first launched the program. Maybe that's what this is, because the people complained about the key not working on the feedback page. So maybe this one, I do remember, I think it was Professional Plus, would ask for a product key when it installed and when you try to use the program for the first time. But just looking at the file structure of everything, this looks pretty legit. Because again, it has proper digital signatures. It's not in a folder on the disk. It's just on the root of the disk like it's supposed to be. Product activation required. Okay, here you go. This product is unlicensed, so change product key. All right, enter your product key. Please wait while your key is validated. It validated, but then it brings up install now again. I mean, this is still a bootleg, but either, which it seems crazy to me, yeah, complete. Okay, restart any open Office programs. Okay, we'll restart Word here. I mean, there's no way this is a real key. I mean, it's obviously a bootleg. I mean, just this alone gives it away. I mean, this is awful. I mean, it's hilarious. It makes great video material. Okay, so now it says you have to activate the software. I don't even know if you can do this anymore because, well, I don't know. Let me connect to the internet. I mean, I know they don't provide support for this anymore. Office 2010 is out of support, though you can still activate XP over the phone. At least you could around this time last year, because I did it in a video. Check that out here. It's actually with the Russian starter edition, which is pretty cool. But let me try to connect to the internet and see if we can activate this through that method. I wonder if these activation servers are still up. A communication error has occurred. If I try to ping google.com, we get a reply. So that's just because the servers are down. So okay, let's use the telephone method. Nothing like an MJD video without Microsoft product activation. So let's go to the United States. Okay, it should show a telephone number. Oh, telephone activation is no longer supported for your product. Okay. If you choose not to activate this time, you may run the software for 29 more days. Okay, so there's a 30-day trial period. Well, luckily for us, that is not the only way you can get the phone number that you have to call, because if you go to this support article right here, I'll have this link down below. This is literally the issue that we're having here, where it says telephone activation is no longer supported for your Office product. And Microsoft has this article, and you can get the phone number you have to call from here. So we're going to copy the US toll-free number, and I've got Google Voice over here, which we're going to paste the number right in here, and we're going to call it. And yes, I am remoted into the Latitude D610 back here. So, it's 2 to not consent.
Thank you. This call will not be recorded.
This is like one of the only numbers that actually will ask you, like, oh, do you want to consent? Most of the ones I've called, I mean, I can't think of any other one that actually asks you.
Please say or enter the digits in group 1.
This is the best part, is that I can just type it in on my keyboard. Okay, so we've got the confirmation ID entered. We're going to click on next. Thank you. Your copy of Microsoft Office Professional Plus 2010 is activated. Really? It's activated. Okay, but it's still, let's just close out of it and reopen it. How about that? We might have to do that so that the activation screen updates. Let's go back here to help. Product activated. That's so weird though. So this is literally the reverse of the problem we usually have on this channel, which is something is supposed to work and it's something so simple and straightforward that it should work, and then it doesn't. So we spend an entire video figuring out why. In this case, this wasn't supposed to work because it's so clearly a bootleg copy. I mean, you guys saw everything in this video, all the huge giveaways, the pamphlet, the cheap feeling packaging, the fact it took 2 months to get to me. But yet, the product key, I guess, is a genuine product key. You guys saw we were just able to activate it over the phone with Microsoft, which is pretty bizarre, but it's saying it's activated. It's not complaining about, you know, like it doesn't say you have 30 days or 29 days to activate anymore. And that explains why there were positive reviews on the same listing from people who said, it works great, works as described, no problems. But this is the weird thing, okay? If you go to eBay and you do a search for Office 2010 and go to sold listings, you get all of these results here. And these are all different listings. These are not like one person had 10 and they sold 10 copies and it just shows the same item 10 times. You can see all the prices are different, okay? All of these have the exact same image, which is really weird, because if these are all different sellers, which they are, and the weird thing is, okay, if you go to all of these accounts, right, they're all super old accounts. This one was created in 2001, okay? This one was created in 2003. This one right here was created in 2007. When you look at it, it literally looks like this is a legitimate seller, okay? But yet, if you go to feedback on this particular account here, look at this, 66% positive feedback. That is terrible, okay? And look at this, 30 negative reviews. You go to feedback, all in 1 month, and they all have something to do with Microsoft Office. If we sort by negative reviews for the past month, okay, all of these here have something to do with Microsoft Office. Now, this person was selling Microsoft Office 2019, supposedly, but there are a couple of 2010 copies here. Most of them complain about shipping. Never shipped item, item did not arrive, never responded to my 2 requests for tracking info, scam, label printed but never dropped off, watch out for this seller, maybe a credit card scam. And a lot of people said that they bought Office 2019, but they shipped Office 2010. Worst experience in my eBay history, but like this is the worst that I've seen. I did not order from this seller. I ordered from another seller that, again, the listing looked exactly the same, and and they had 100% feedback when I placed the order. But even that person's account wasn't as bad as this. There were negative reviews, but not 30 of them in the past month. But still, to me, it seems like the same thing is going on all these accounts. This is like a targeted, coordinated thing. My guess is these accounts have been hacked. They've been compromised. Hackers are targeting these accounts that have been around on eBay for a very long time. They're more established accounts, and they have 100% positive feedback. They have a very good feedback rating, so then they can use that to convince people that what they're selling is legit. Again, this account was created in 2001. And it probably had 100% positive feedback. All of these negative reviews were in the last month, because see, 12 months is also 30. So all these negative reviews were in the past month from this seller, okay? So this account was probably compromised about a month ago and used to sell a bunch of these copies of Office, and then people just gave a bunch of negative feedback ratings, and then now it's not selling anything, because if you go here, there's no listings anymore. So they're going to probably move on to some other account and just repeat the same thing over and over again until eBay cracks down on this, I guess. And again, you do have some positive reviews. Here's one from Office 2010 Professional 2010 full. Yeah, it's the exact same title as all of these here. Well received, thanks, A+++ seller. Now, it could be that they had, the same thing that happened to me. They got the copy, they installed it, they put in the product key, activated over the phone, and it worked fine with no problems. And it says that it validated, and it said it was genuine and all that. And maybe they just didn't see any of the weird, spelling mistakes on that pamphlet. Either way, I would not recommend buying any copy of Office from eBay that has this image right here. Now, they can certainly just change the image, but even there is a listing going on right now, like this one here is still up. 6 of them were sold in the past 24 hours. There's 4 available currently, and it's exactly the same thing. I'm not going to be surprised if you go to negative here. There's not any negative reviews yet, but I won't be surprised if you go to this page in a couple weeks and you see it get bombarded with negative reviews from people who have bought Office 2010 and it didn't come in. That's going to wrap it up for today's pretty bizarre and long video, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to get subscribed down below and turn on those channel notifications if you haven't already to get notified whenever I upload a new video, which I do multiple times every single week on this channel. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.